has been an awakening. Have you felt it?
Hello again, I'm Mr. Watchtower, host of this channel and host of Apostate Awake, the podcast available on iTunes and Stitcher, links below. This is going to be another critique of a Jehovah's Witness music video. That's right, Jehovah's Witnesses make music videos. This one should be quite a short one because the thing itself is only about 2 minutes, and it's got a couple of pointers that if you are a Jehovah's Witness and you're watching this and you're questioning, this is primarily aimed at young people, and the whole reason me doing these sorts of things is so that I can provide information that I would have liked when I was young and a Jehovah's Witness. So let's get straight into it. But before we do, I think this is very interesting for people who have never been a Jehovah's Witness, but they've never quite understood the Jehovah's Witness point of view as far as things like further education and jobs and things like that are concerned. So let's go.
What are the things that I value? The things that mean the most to me.
So the things that you should value, according to the Jehovah's Witnesses, is morning Bible study. We just saw the guy with his wife. The girl that's on the train, she's having a look at jw.org, the app version, so she's like checking out her daily scriptures and stuff, and the kids that are looking at the Jehovah's Witness comics, so like, you know, they're getting on with the youth by introducing comics which are illustrated Bible stories.
What are the things that will...
Just a side note. I understand that I'm going to be critiquing these things, and I'm also obviously very critical of the Jehovah's Witnesses in general. But it's always about their policies and the things that they do and the things that they believe and the things that they think. Jehovah's Witnesses, on the whole, are very good, genuinely nice people who really want to do the best for you, for themselves, for their families. They just tend to do the wrong things for the right reasons. Again, they're hoodwinked, like many people in cults are. The hierarchy disseminates information, and then they parrot that information to people, and they honestly think they're doing what is best for them and their families and for humanity at large. I have no doubt of that. My problem is with the religion itself, not the individuals who have succumbed to the brainwashing.
Help me to be the person I want to be.
Prepare yourself, because if you are ready for higher education, if you want to go to higher education, if you are in higher education, or if you have anything to do with it whatsoever, even if you previously were highly educated quite some time ago, this is really going to piss you off.
With each new day there are choices to be made. Sometimes the choice...
Okay, so this girl's leaving school or college, I'm not too sure. The ages are slightly different in America than the UK where I'm from. She's refusing a brochure to go to either college or university, I presume university. And this is a very loyal Jehovah's Witness-like thing to do. No thanks, I won't be needing that because I don't need higher education. Cheers. Jehovah's Witnesses discourage higher education, and I'm just going to take you away from this music video to take you over to jwfacts.com. In an article in jwfacts.com, they had this little section, which is always something that comes to mind whenever we're talking about higher education with Jehovah's Witnesses. It just leads into a couple of quotes. It says, "The primary reasoning against a higher education has been that the time left is reduced, so the final days of this system should be spent in full service for Jehovah and his organisation." Remember, if you're not very clear about what Jehovah's Witnesses believe that Armageddon is coming shortly, and then if you make it through to Armageddon, you will be in a paradise on earth if you're a Jehovah's Witness and you've believed the right type, the right specific denomination of Christianity. Or if you die during the tribulations or die before the paradise, you will be resurrected back into the paradise. Now, this is a quote from the Watchtower 1969 on the 15th of March, page 171. If this doesn't make your blood boil, I can only assume you're a devout Jehovah's Witness. Many schools now have student counsellors who encourage one to pursue higher education after high school, to pursue a career with a future in this system of things. Do not be influenced by them. Do not let them brainwash you with the devil's propaganda to get ahead, to make something of yourself in this world. Now, I just need to stop there for a quick second. This isn't ambiguous. This is the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society telling their followers in 1969, do not be influenced by them. Do not let them brainwash you, pot and kettle, but I don't have time to go into that, with devil's propaganda to make something of yourself in this world. So they do not want Jehovah's Witnesses to make anything of themselves in this world, and they claim that student counsellors encouraging them to pursue further education to get a good career is simple brainwashing because of Satan and this system of things. Carrying on. This world has very little time left. 1969. Any future this world offers is no future. Wisely then, this is always how Jehovah's Witnesses literature kind of leads you in. Wisely then, so it kind of drags you into that. It'll be like, oh, propaganda. Wisely then, because you are the wise ones. You are the ones who are following God. Wisely then, let God's word influence you in selecting a course that will result in your protection and blessing. Make pioneer service the full-time ministry, with the possibility of Bethel or missionary service your goal. For the uninitiated, pioneer service is simply going out and spending most of your time knocking on doors and preaching the good news. I'm using air quotes. Full-time ministry, which is what it says there. With the possibility of Bethel or missionary service. Missionary service is fairly obvious. It's like what the Mormons do. You go on a mission somewhere and you preach the good news everywhere sort of other than where you're from. The possibility of Bethel translated is house of God. So in my place, the UK, it would be going to London, where Bethel is situated, where they do all the printing and all that kind of stuff, and where like the information kind of begins and is disseminated from. So Jehovah's Witnesses don't like further education, because heaven forbid you should have an educated populace for your cult. Moving on.
Voice will need to be a trade. The time I have can never be replaced. The steps I take can never be retraced. That's why I want to choose carefully.
It's very obvious what's going on here, but he's been offered a good job. Obviously, with a good job and a good salary comes a workload. If you're going to take on that workload, it's going to be difficult to live your double life as a Jehovah's Witness who is supposed to be devoting a lot of his time to God and also fulfilling your job requirements. And here is his wife, left all alone in the Kingdom Hall.
And choose what really means the most to me.
So he's refused his job. What's the girl going to do?
How will I honor Jehovah?
She's like, yeah, I'm going to go around preaching. That's how I'm going to honour Jehovah. I'm not going to go to higher education. I'm not going to go to college and university to fulfil a career, because we're living in the end times and my career won't even be fulfilled. Which is also what they said in 1969.
The one who means the most to me.
She's now signing herself up for, here we can see it, regular pioneer service, because she's thinking that's the right thing to do with all of my time.
I'll give the best I can offer to him.
So this family have learned some of the kingdom melodies. That's what they're called. You might call them hymns if you're at a normal church. The kingdom melodies. They're having a right good sing-song.
and he deserves the best I can be.
And here they are, really smug, really happy with themselves, because they're together as a family unit, which I also think is a good thing, but not necessarily within a cult. He's just turned down a job, a good job, with a good salary. They could have had a wonderful time. They're still going to have a wonderful time because they're both as delusional as each other, and it's very important that you're on the same page. Okay, so I think the things we've learnt here is that Jehovah's Witnesses are against educated young people and are against their followers committing to any kind of a role that would take their attention away from the cult. That makes total sense, I guess, but just a little upsetting, isn't it? Imagine if all those people were encouraged for higher education. Due to the Jehovah's Witnesses, we've probably lost out on the cure for cancer by now. Again, just like a few of my other videos, I kind of wanted this to be hilarious, but it just pisses me off a little bit too much. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's @ApostateAwake. If you want to follow here, subscribe, obviously. Upvote, downvote at your leisure. If you'd like to become a patron of the show /YouTube channel, go to patreon.com. The Apostate Awake, the podcast, is available on Stitcher and iTunes, and the links are below, and so is merchandise if you'd like it. See you next time.